We should do it with the pate and crackers as it goes.
That's true. We're now in the last third of our voyage. The weather has improved and morale is also on the upswing. Some members of the crew have suffered from seasickness, but that is improving as the waves become more regular. The realization, though, is dawning that our epic voyage is nearing the end. But let's wait for that. Good morning, day 16. We are about 5.5 days out of Martinique. The weather's been good, very good, but the winds are light this morning, which is a bit of a disappointment because we really need the speed. Right now I'm just tracking some storms coming down, or some just a squall coming down toward us. I'm hoping it'll miss us, but you never know. Kind of looks like it's got us in its sight. Everybody's doing pretty well. Yeah, we're enjoying the night watches, the peace of them when we can get peace. Dan's was pretty hectic, I know, and Charlie's was a bit fraught. It was light winds for her and light winds for Mark, so it hasn't been the greatest for them. My watch was really nice. Who cares, right? We've motored enough that we've got about half a tank of fuel left, which is fine. We're down to about 1/8 of a tank of water on our main tank, and then we have our 200-liter reserve tank, so we're fine for water. And we've got enough food, we just haven't been cooking a lot because of power. We're trying not to use so much power, and that means that it's kind of hard to put together a scratch meal without using any power at all. Yesterday we ate a chili that Charlie had made. Gosh, I think she made it before we left, or the day we left, and we'd frozen it, so it was sitting in the back of the freezer, and I made up some rice in the flask. So you just put, I put a third of a cup of rice for each person, plus an extra two-thirds, so for us that's 2 cups of rice, into this big flask, wide mouth flask, put in 1.5 liters of water, just left it for 45 minutes. That cooks it on its own, so that's good. And then we microwaved the chili, and it was a really good meal. A little bit of Greek yogurt on top, and culinary delight. So that was nice. I don't know what we're going to do for dinner tonight. Hopefully, it looks pretty sunny out, so we should get a bunch of power back, and maybe in the middle of the day we can cook something up for dinner again.
What are you doing down there, Charlie?
Doing the work Dad doesn't want to do.
So this is called trying to wash up with low water. You basically wash the bowls with just a soapy wet sponge and then rinse it afterwards. And the red lights are so that we don't ruin our night vision for the people on watch up here.
For all the things we need to see out in the darkness right now.
Yes, that's right.
Is the red-crusted Charlie wench.
Hey,
We're gonna get beat up for that one.
That's going to go in the outtakes then.
there's our instruments. And you can see we've got about 11 knots of wind. And we're doing about 5.8 knots. So that's not bad. 5.7, 5.8. I mean, we'll take it. It's not great, but half the wind speed. So id. This, by the way, is the speed. It's the log on the mechanical log that runs on the back of or on the bottom of the boat. So that always registers less than your speed over ground, your real speed over ground, just because that's using the resistance of water to turn the wheel. It's been an absolutely spectacular sunset.
It's been a beautiful day. Very low winds though, so we've been just loping along at about 5.5 knots. We really need to get our skates on in order to get into Martinique in time for Mark's flight on the 22nd. So we're hoping that the winds pick up tonight. We've got Bernie, our autopilot, and he's helming tonight rather than Bernardo, the hydrovane, which makes it a little easier because Bernardo is a bit fickle sometimes. If the winds change or the seas start getting rolly, sometimes it makes it difficult to keep on track, on course. That in the background you can hear is our main bashing because we've got like 11 or 12 knots of wind and we roll, and then that backwinds the main. Anyhow, we've got a preventer on it, so hopefully it'll be okay. It just sounds horrible. Nothing else to report. Didn't get any shots of the whales this morning, the pilot whales, which is a shame. There's just some indistinct Joel shots of camera wandering everywhere while I was looking for whales. So, pretty crap camera work. I'm never going to get a job with David Attenborough, that's for sure. See you in the morning.
Wow, tons of them. These don't look like common dolphins.
No, they're very small.
In all, the dolphins were with us about 40 minutes. What a treat.
Good morning. As promised, here I am. It's about noon GMT. We're still running on GMT, so when we get up for I got up for my 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. shift. It was absolutely pitch black. The sun doesn't come up until about 9:40 because, of course, we've advanced across the globe. We're not changing time zones like I said. I'm sitting here trying to hold myself because we are rolling, as you can see there. Looks nice. Got decent winds, 13, 14 knots. Got Bernardo steering, and we had a visit from a bunch of dolphins this morning, so a nice start to the day. Pilot whales yesterday, dolphins today. Can't beat it.
During my shift, I saw a sail on the horizon. We flipped on our AIS and other instruments, and we could see that they were about 3 nautical miles away and looked to be heading south of Martinique. Using their MMSI, that's the Marine Mobile Service Identity, and using that telephone number, we called them up for a chat. What a cool thing to happen, hundreds of miles offshore, and the first sailing boat we'd seen.
I will check right now. Stand by. Over. That is so wild.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
End up making friends before we get there.
Yeah, well, that's what's cool. You pull in, and whoever gets there first supplies beer to the other boat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We should do it with the pate and crackers as it goes.
That's true.
Keep those doggies rolling while I
Okay, day 18. Morning of 18. We've had cold oats for breakfast and been watching a gannet flying around the boat. He was having some interest in our mast, but luckily gave up that interest because I don't need him landing up there and breaking my anemometer or something. Winds today are supposed to be pretty similar to what they were yesterday, so we're hoping. Yesterday we did 6.4 knots average throughout the day, which I think is pretty good given that we had some really slow periods. I'd like to, it'd be nice to do a day over 7, average 7, but I just don't think we're going to do it. We're not getting the winds as strong. I mean, I'm not complaining, it's been great. Just in case anybody who's in charge of the weather is listening to me. It's been 13, 14 maybe, and then dropping down into 12, 11, which is fine. We do over 6 knots on average. That's good, and you know, we're having a good time, but it would be nice if we got a little bit more of the winds we were forecast, because then we could get in a little bit earlier. Everybody's now eager for a burger and a beer, so that's what's occupying the cruise minds now. So it's funny what we think is a luxury now. One cold drink in the day is a real luxury, but it's nice. It's nice, kind of boiling things down to the simpler things in life. Taking the pleasure of my one coffee I can have a day, limiting myself because of power budget. You know, like I said, we're still spending a lot of our time running with no instruments and just the wind vane. At night, last couple nights, we've been running with the autopilot, the Ray Marine autopilot, who we've named Bernie, as opposed to the more distinguished hydrovane we call Bernardo. Oops, sorry, we're rolling all over the place. What are you taking pictures of?
Janet.
Janet?
He keeps coming back to our mast.
I don't see him. I think I got a snippet of him. Oh, there. Way over there. Anyhow, so yeah, last night and the night before we were running under autopilot, the electronic autopilot, and that's a little bit less prone to, you don't have to tweak it as much. You don't have to worry, like in rocking waves like this. Sometimes Bernardo, the hydrovane, can get knocked off course so far that he can't recover. And there's anthropomorphizing for you. He can't recover, but it just cannot get enough recovery in that small rudder he's got to get us back on course. I'm just waffling on here. You're probably tired of seeing my face every day, but it's an interesting, relaxing not relaxing existence. You don't sleep very well at night because it's like being in the middle of a washing machine. And yet, last night at 3 in the morning when I came out on deck, it was like this. You know, it's rolling a little bit, but it was warm. I was wearing just a t-shirt. The moon was out, and you had the clouds in the background. It was just gorgeous. You know, what they call a soft summer night. The susurration of the sea is really, really nice. So that's the relaxing part during the day. During the night, when you can't sleep, that's frustrating. Like last night, since we were rocking so much, I was having this dream where I was like a weeble. I couldn't, except an anti-weeble. I wobbled, and the minute I started to wobble, I'd fall down because obviously I was dreaming this as the boat was heeling over, going down a wave. Yeah, other than that, solar power's been pretty good down here. We've been generating about 150 amps, 120 amps a day, which is phenomenal, really. That's what I was hoping we would be able to do, but I didn't realize. Whoa! I don't know if you could see that behind me, but we were a long way over. We really want to be going over 6 knots. Anyhow.
The dolphins are telling us we're almost there, but storms are surrounding us. The Atlantic isn't going to let us get away completely free. And right there is Martinique, hidden behind the rain. Land ho!
We finally seen land, and everybody's being sarcastic now, and sarky and nasty. So that's Martinique. We finally made it. 20 days, almost exactly 20 days after we set off. We've got here finally. We're still, when I say we're here, we still have 5 hours, 4 hours from the anchorage, whatever. So it's a long way around. No wind, so we're motoring in now because we've gone around the side of the island. I can show you right over here. That part of the island there is all masking the wind now for us and cutting down on a lot of the waves and such, so it's much calmer as well, which is okay. Don't mind that. We're going around what's called Diamond Rock at the south part of Martinique. Looks pretty cool. There's conjecture here that it might be the center of a extinct volcano. Let's take a look. We're looking forward to just getting into the anchorage and dropping the hook and maybe finding a place for a pizza. It's a crazy idea, but hey, we've done crazier things, haven't we? 20 days. It's been a long 20 days. We've made it to the anchorage, finally. Here we are. We're outside of the marina, which is just over that way. There are palm trees, sandy beaches, coconuts floating in the water, and turtles swimming around. You can't beat it. This is tropical. We're here.
2,900 nautical miles, 20 days, average speed 6.1 knots. What a journey, mental, physical, and dare I say it, a bit spiritual as well. This was certainly not a milk run, but Fortuna was a great strong boat, no breakages really, and the crew were phenomenal. I'm overwhelmed by what we've done, but also deeply satisfied that we've only crossed the whole bloody ocean.